What's up to all my freelancers, designers, and creatives? This is Nathan. Welcome to another episode of Freelance Jumpstart, and I am coming to you from the future. At the time of this recording, I'm here for the last day of the Futur Pro Group Meetup. Now, for those of you who are unaware what the future is a collective of creatives that are completely transforming the way education is done around creative work. So traditionally, you go to college or university, you sit in a classroom, and they teach you many things about typography, all the way down to color theory. But the future is drastically changing things because they recognize that as a creative, they need to teach you those hard skills about typography and color theory, but also those soft skills, such as how do you talk with a client and close the sale. Now, I was familiar with the future as I've learned tons from their YouTube channel, and I applied many things that they taught to my own business, and I saw results. So after talking to different people, Melinda Livesey being one of them, I finally made the decision to join the Pro Group. Now, when you join the Pro Group, you not only get access to their massive archive of resources, but you also get to sit and talk with different business coaches, and they talk to you and you learn from them about specific needs in your business, both individually and as a group of other creatives as you go through different challenges that you have. Now, normally the Futur Pro Group is done online, it's done digitally, it's done virtually. We talk with one another through video conversations and things of that nature, but this was a different opportunity. It was the opportunity to talk with one another in person. Now, I thought to myself, how could I miss out on an opportunity to come here to Los Angeles and collaborate with other creatives? So I hopped on a flight and I learned many things. That being said, I want to give you the top 5 things I learned this weekend at the Futur Pro Group Meetup. The first thing I learned is be comfortable with introducing yourself. If you're going to be a successful creative, there are times where you're going to meet new people and you need to quickly tell them who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. So one of the first exercises we did was we stood in front of the entire audience and we told them about a business problem, what we do, and how we help to solve that business problem. So basically, introduce yourself, give your elevator pitch. And that's something that you can't just do on the fly, but should really think about and practice so that you can get the most value out of a conversation, even if the conversation's short. The second thing I learned this weekend is build relationships. Now that sounds like it's common sense. However, I do have a confession. I'll admit, me coming here to the future, my thought was, I'm going to come here, I'm going to sit and talk to everybody who runs the future. We're going to, hold our heads back in laughter and just have a great time with one another. That was the thought. But honestly, the goal really needed to be building relationships. And relationships are built and cultivated over time. You're not always going to meet someone, impress them with what you do, and then they will just pass work your way or highlight you on their platform. That's not the case. Take the time to build a relationship, and the same thing happens with clients. Sometimes when you talk with a client, it's just a good conversation. You don't always have to sell them. You don't always have to show them how good you are. Just have a good conversation and get to know them. And as you build the relationship, you build trust. And when trust is established, a client doesn't mind coming to you, whether it's to bring work or anything else that might lead to something else in the future. That being said, when it comes to building a relationship, you have to be intentional. And that may mean coming in person and talking. It can't all be only online. The third thing I learned is to collaborate with others. I've been working with clients for quite some time, and I've already done it to where, hey, I'm a solopreneur and I'm a one-man army, if you will. However, I recognize that to get larger clients and work with larger budgets and not be limited to only my own time, to get to those higher heights, I really have to collaborate with other creatives. And this is a place and a space in which I was able to talk to other people, learn what they're doing, and again, build a relationship so that we can collaborate in the future. One thing that I'm encouraged by is some people that I've met for the first time, they live in the same city that I live in. They live in the same state that I live in. And I'm pretty sure that we can collaborate more closely rather than the people who are international and across the waters as I'm here in the US in Houston, Texas. So regardless, I can collaborate with others to get certain things done. And the future has a certain standard of creative that they're educating. And here it is to where I can collaborate with someone and they already know those soft skills. They already know how to talk to people. They already know how to have strategy sessions with clients. I don't have to give them that education, if you will. They already have it. So it's an opportunity and a space to collaborate with others. The fourth thing I learned really is to try something new. I remember during one of the after-hours sessions, someone expressed that they couldn't find the certain type of clients they were looking for, and they were a little frustrated at how long it's taken to get around the right type of clients. But that being said, Chris Doe posed, a straightforward question. Go ahead and try what you always think will work. However, when it doesn't work, finally, try something new. Now that seems like some simple advice, but I will admit that's something that is not always so easy because we tend to tell ourselves the new thing won't work. That being said, try something new. If something you've been doing is not working or not working out to the way that you want or not producing the ROI that you want or the return on investment that you want, try something new because you'll never really discover if you need to change gears or shift course until you try that new thing. So me coming here is even a new thing, right? So that being said, try something new. If you're really trying to go to higher heights in your business, you can't always do what you've always done. Something new has to be tried out. And the fifth thing, drum roll. The fifth thing simply is to listen. Again, at one of the after-hour sessions that we had, people were very anxious just to help out others. So people asked questions for the audience and people raised their hand and they said, I'm willing to answer the question. But one thing that was learned and really just taught to everyone that was there is don't be so quick to jump in and provide an answer. So if you're working with clients, sometimes they'll come to you with their problems or certain things that they can't figure out. And maybe you've been through it before. Maybe you know how things flow. Maybe you've had a similar client and you know exactly what to do. But rather than just jump in there with an answer, take the time to listen so that the person really knows that you care that this is a problem for them and you care and really want to solve the issue. One example I would give is if you've ever purchased a car from a car dealership, it is very annoying to deal with a salesperson who is all in your face or really doesn't listen. That is very annoying. Not only is it annoying, but you feel like this person only wants to use you to get a sale and they don't really care what happens to you after you leave the car lot. I remember trying to purchase a car and I came in and I was specific. I said, this is my budget. This is the type of car I want, 4-door sedan. And I was very direct and I had done research. The person completely ignored me and said, we have this new car over here for you to get, this brand new car. I felt like they were not listening and didn't care and only wanted to pad their sales numbers. That being said, if you take the time to listen and really just absorb everything that the client is saying and show that you're listening and that you really care, you can properly diagnose what the real and true issue is. But if you're too busy throwing out solutions before the client has even finished talking, you might recommend something that doesn't fully solve the problem. So take the time to listen. Thank you for taking the time to check out this episode. I greatly appreciate it. If you like anything I had to say, give this video a thumbs up or share it with others. Let them also know the 5 things that I learned, because really the 5 things I learned are quick, but they're things that you can directly apply to your business and learn from them. You definitely always need to listen. You definitely can collaborate with others. You definitely need to take the time to try something new. You definitely need to go other places where other creatives are and hear from different people and learn, right? So all these things, they're not unique to an experience like this. They can be applied directly to your own business. Thanks again for taking the time to check out this video, and I will see you in the future.